Hi, I'm Beth.
And I'm Jamal, and today we're talking about the triggers in your life that could be causing or escalating arguments.
That was my trigger sound language.
Before we start, we want to welcome all the new subscribers to our channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, we offer relationship advice, and our main content surrounds helping you improve your relationship. Whether you're in a relationship or whether you're single looking to get into a relationship, or whether you've been married for 50 years, we want to help you out and support you in your journey of love.
We got your back, boo.
So if that sounds like a channel you want to subscribe to, then make sure you click the big red subscribe button down below and click the bell for notifications so you get a notification whenever we post.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to today's video. So, triggers in relationships. Now, it's really easy for things in your life that you haven't dealt with to leak into your relationship and actually impact your relationship in a disproportionate way. So when I say a trigger, what we mean is a reaction to something fairly simple or fairly normal in a relationship that is overly disproportionate to what's happened.
You need to be willing to know yourself, to go to those places in your heart and in your past that may not be very comfortable to deal with, but it is really important that you work through those things so that they don't cause those trigger moments in your relationship which make arguments explode.
So some of the main triggers in your relationship could be insecurities, like personal things that you are insecure about, that you project onto your partner. There could be past hurts. There could be unresolved issues from your relationship or unresolved issues from your past relationships. Even the language you use towards each other, if it's abusive or violent or kind of derogatory in any way, shape or form, could actually trigger the other person and make the whole thing escalate as well.
It's also really key to be vulnerable with your partner so that they know what you've been through. They know the things that could potentially cause triggers for you. So then your partner can choose their words more carefully so they don't intentionally or unintentionally exploit one of those triggers.
And we will do a separate whole load of videos on how to be vulnerable in relationships, what vulnerability truly means, and how to kind of express that within your relationship. So one of the triggers I found in our relationship was finances, especially early on in our marriage and in our relationship. I kind of put myself in this place where being a husband means I have to provide and I have to, be the man or whatever that means, and kind of I really warped this idea of being a husband to the point where I would feel so insecure about our financial situation because I felt like it was my sole responsibility. And then if Beth would ever do anything or say anything about what she wants to buy in a kind of, oh, I wish we could buy that, or just going window shopping and be like, oh, that's nice, I really wish we could buy that, or like, I want that or something. I'm thinking, does that mean I'm not enough? Am I not providing enough? Like, am I not doing enough? Like, I'm working as hard as I can, I promise. Like, I'm trying to make our dreams come true. Like, all these insecurities flared up in me about my own kind of identity as a husband, just because Beth wanted to go shopping. And like, for me, that disproportionate reaction to her doing something fairly normal was kind of a sign to me and a sign to Beth that there was perhaps some deeper insecurity that we need to deal with together.
So at first it can be kind of hard to recognize the fact that there is a root cause to this trigger. For example, in that situation, if I'd look at something in a window and be like, oh, that's really nice, and Jamal would say something that was a bit like standoffish and like I'd offended him, it would be confusing because I didn't know that he had that insecurity as a husband. So that was something that we had to like properly discuss through together. Like, why did you react that way when I said this? What did that make you feel? And like really unpack that and spend the time just like chatting for however long it takes, just to understand why something as simple as that can be such a trigger point for someone.
And if you're the one being challenged on your trigger, remember that obviously everything within you is going to want to bite back and is going to want to kind of like claw at them and be like, that's wrong, why are you talking to me like that, why are you going after me in that way? But actually remember, they are doing this in love and they're trying to do something that can progress your relationship. And again, it just comes back to how willing are you to make this relationship work? Are you willing to go into those places in your heart and be like, yeah, maybe that is an insecurity of mine, let's think about that. I want you to be on my team with this, and I don't want this to be something in between us. And that's kind of the vital mentality you have to have when facing a trigger kind of situation, because otherwise it can be very easy to claw at each other and just come to an impasse. Ultimately, it all boils down to this. Do you trust your partner, and do you trust that they actually love you and they want to be with you? Because if you do, then surely that kind of can be the foundation on which you're building on. And that these triggers and the difficult things that you're going through, they can all be put and built on the foundation of the fact that you guys are solid. Because if you're not solid and you're having these arguments, you're triggering each other and you're hurting each other, and you don't even know if you truly want to be together, it's like, well, what are we doing? And that kind of what are we doing conversation completely undermines any kind of tips and tricks we can give you to help, you know, your arguments and to help you guys improve moving forward.
So that is all we have for you today in terms of argument triggers. We'd love to know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. We're also releasing some music on the 14th of November, so we'd really appreciate your support with that. All the links for it are down below. If you really enjoyed the video, we'd appreciate it if you gave us a thumbs up. It really supports our channel. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get notified when we post a new video.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.